Well, in other news, August is here, and that means, of course, yes, it's still hot, and yes, it's time for kids to start thinking about going back to school. It can be a lot for our kids to process right now in light of the highly publicized mass shootings to end last year, increased COVID activity, inflation, other distractions. David Schoenfeld, director of the National Center for School Crisis and Bereavement at Children's Hospital LA, says first, recognize that you should be having these talks because by not saying something, he says you're actually saying a lot to kids.
It says either you're completely uninformed yourself, or you don't have any way you think you can help them, or you really don't even want to take the time. I mean, these are all bad messages.
Schoenfeld says parents should be having these conversations with their kids now rather than just waiting until they go back to school. He says start the conversation by asking, hey, did you hear about this? Then from there, ask what their concerns might be. While you're thinking about inflation and its impact on the economy, your kids could be stressed about maybe having enough lunch money or being able to buy a new backpack. Schoenfeld says parents need to learn to cope with distressing feelings rather than pretending they don't or shouldn't exist. And while you don't have to overshare, you can use it as a chance to share something as a way to model how you react when you're anxious. Schoenfeld says if they're upset for several days or they can't overcome those anxieties, it's time to seek outside help from a school counselor or maybe a mental health professional.